Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Mindy McFan.
And this is It's Movie Time.
Sure enough.
Well, now, for the few people who will be interested. David Cronenberg has a new one out there, Crimes of the Future.
Yes, he does.
Now some of you will remember The Fly.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you remember from him? Crash.
Crash. That
Yeah.
would be the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crash.
I do not hunt down dystopian things.
I know. That's right. You have enough challenges in your life.
Exactly.
I'm wondering. I said, but I know the person who can help me with this one. I said, somebody who's very skilled
Yeah, it was interesting.
at the odd.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, so why would anybody want to go see Crimes of the Future?
It is, I mean, it's very interesting visually and every other way. The way I thought about it, it was like Road Warrior meets Eraserhead meets Soylent Green. And they all kind of come together.
That's great. Does it have any discernible plot line?
Yes, in the sense of horror and that, you know, and like any dystopian thing, everything's gone awry, and this is what you're left with when everything goes down the bucket, you know?
Well, Cronenberg is the king of body horror, they
Mhm.
call it,
Mhm.
and he's frequently obsessed with bodies.
Yes, certainly in this one.
And this one, people are, and I don't know when it's set, actually. I was trying to figure out when it's set.
I don't think you have any idea.
Yeah, you don't. I'm assuming it's sometime in the future, but who
But it
knows?
doesn't, there's nothing about it that feels terribly far away. I guess maybe
Boy, it
the
doesn't.
robot-y, but not even that really.
I mean, you've heard of people having plastic surgery.
Yes, and also robotic arms doing the surgery. Yeah,
That's right, yeah.
more of that.
In one case, in the early case, the little kid eating the plastic basket,
Yes.
he's no longer in the film after that.
No, he's not. That'll teach you to eat a plastic garbage bag can in front of your mother. Yeah, yeah.
So, Viggo Mortensen stars.
Yes, he does.
Have a little bit of a role for Kristen Stewart.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And Leia Seydoux.
Yeah, she's been in a few movies recently.
Yeah.
I really like her.
Yeah, so I mean, Viggo Mortensen has to be the central character.
Yes.
And what's his deal?
Oh, he grows too many bodily organs. I mean, it's like, and it's not even like he grew an extra liver. He grows body organs that don't clearly have purpose. They're unknown body organs. And then his cohort, who they're artists, and they do performance art where they cut out said organs.
I know, it's incredible. It's really kind of gruesome,
Uh-huh.
but the way our society moves and is moving, that people would watch this, I'm not totally surprised at
Well,
all.
people watch car accidents afterwards. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, you know, and things, God knows what you can watch on the internet as far as what, I'm sure you can watch somebody get an appendectomy, you know, if you
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah.
Google it.
And you're reminding me, that's what Crash was somewhat about, weren't people getting off on crashes?
Mm-hmm,
And so people get off on looking at this kind of thing,
yeah, yeah.
culminating in the scene where she unzips his stomach.
Mm-hmm,
Woo!
yeah,
Pretty rough.
yeah.
And that was our little Kristen Stewart, wasn't it? Coming
Yes.
on. Now Viggo, very much, I love it. There's always even a subtle theme here of his celebrity.
Yes, yes.
And that she wanted a piece of his celebrity. This is our little mousy Kristen Stewart.
Well, and there, for me, there was things that I had to think about afterwards that were resonating with me that I couldn't quite get. But there was a lot for me, a lot of reminders of my freshman year in art school. And
Oh.
how weird can I be? I
Yeah.
mean, just the fact that he covered his face, or he wore these sleeves that went over his hands.
Yes.
There was no reason for that.
Yep.
It was just, it reminded me of being in art school, and people would be, they had to dress and act like I'm an artist at every moment, and there's this almost pretension that comes with how weird can I be?
Yes.
And I thought about that, that they were getting off on their celebrity and that they're so pushing the envelope kind of thing.
And you're
Like they cut out more organs than other people.
And you're right, and he's walking around most of the movie in a black cowl and cape.
Yeah.
Reminded me, do you remember the image in, would it be in The Seventh Seal? Bergman's
Oh,
Seventh Seal.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I thought, all right, okay, so he's picking on that.
There's all kinds of little remnants, aren't there?
Yeah. So where does it lead? Okay, so you have Cronenberg coming back. It's been 30 years since he's done something like that,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Lord knows what he's been thinking.
I know. So what do you think? What do you think he has in mind in doing this? I guess in the end, we look, and you particularly as an artist, perhaps to get it behind his mind on this. If you were able to get inside, what do you think he's telling us? Maybe that's what I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I think most dystopian movies, it's a ruler to the knuckles that this has serious consequences the way we live. That this isn't a joke. That this does end poorly for us if we don't get it together. There's people, if you jump ahead, that they have made their bodies fix their internal organs so they can consume plastic. That's their food. And that whole idea that how to evolve around this, and then the necessity of evolving around this. So I think there's some romance to the movie, but there's also I understand the undercurrent of a threat. Get it together, and that artists are the ones that can often shine light on things.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm wondering if there is something positive in all of this. Now, you're talking about warning, which is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We know that there are animals that are dying from consuming plastic.
Right.
So this is a commentary on that.
Well, and people, we're eating microplastics constantly. I have a thing on my washing machine to keep the microplastics from not getting in my water.
Yeah.
So we're consuming them already.
Yeah. Mindy, and you made a good point about this. Maybe the centerpiece of this is really art in one form or another,
Mm-hmm.
performance in showing us things. Is there any scene in this? Now it's called Crimes of the Future. Is there any scene that sticks with you? If you say after you've seen it and months have gone by,
Mm-hmm.
can you come back to any particular scene that strikes you, that you remember out of all of this? And I'm trying to think of the same thing as I asked the question.
Yeah, I think some of the thing that looks like a half walnut shell that he kind of sleeps
What
in.
is that?
Yeah, it looks like I'm telling you as an artist, I want to know if that was the reference point, because it looks like a half of a walnut shell, and that's what he lies in. And when he's what we forgot to say is people don't feel pain anymore. Physical pain.
Please, thank you. Yes.
They feel emotional pain,
Centerpiece of
but
this.
not physical pain. So this isn't watching people be tortured. It becomes kind of erotic. And I presume because they don't feel any pain, they're desperate for kinds of feelings. And then one of the interesting things about this to me, just because I know the science behind it for sundry reasons, is the pain your body feels affects you emotionally. They're connected.
Okay.
So if you can't feel anything in your body, like people who are paraplegics,
Right.
have trouble with emotions
Ah.
because it starts in your body and goes to your mind. So I thought it was interesting, these people cried and did all these things, but I imagine because they couldn't feel any physical pain, it became hard to feel emotional pain, which is another reason they were probably drawn to watching things that made you uncomfortable, like that desire to feel a range of emotions.
Well, Mindy McFadden, I hate to stop you because you're doing so well, but we're running out of time. Now, what can somebody do if they actually want to hear more about what we have to say?
Well, go to It's Movie Time and go for all of it.
All right.
Get the whole chunk.
All right, and that whole chunk is Back Talk, of course, and they can go to the podcast experience
Yes.
on the WCBE website. And they can then sit back and be indulged.
Listen to part 2.